Hello to everybody. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to perform operation on multiple files writing a shell script. Okay, so I prepared some files, in particular these 10 files. Each contain the temperature of a different simulation, of a global simulation, for the 1980 to 2013. So this set of 10 files is called an ensemble. This is an ensemble of 10 members. Each simulation is a member. If you work on climate, even bigger ensemble, and also you may end up working with many variables, not just temperature. So you may have to deal with hundreds or literally thousands of files. So you don't want to do it writing a line for each file, but you need to do it in a smarter way, which is writing a script. Let's look at one of these files just to have an idea what they contain. Okay, so that's the temperature on the surface, and that's the domain. It's the Pacific. And okay, so I can also, this contains several time steps. It's a monthly mean value. So as you can see, you can see the seasonal cycle. You can get a time series in any of these points. You can see the seasonal cycle. Every oscillation is a year, and the temperature is around 288 to 90. So it's an absolute temperature. First thing, most of the times you're not going to work with the absolute value of temperature, but you need to remove the seasonal cycle and compute the anomaly with respect to the seasonal cycle. Also, let's suppose that you are working with a colleague that is interested in the tropical Pacific, and so you don't want to send him all the data, which is a lot of data, maybe not in this case, but in general, maybe a lot of data. So you want to select, cut only the tropical Pacific region. So we're going to do this on a single file, and then we are going to implement this in a script in order to perform the same operation over all the files. I will not go into detail of the command I'm going to use, since that is a topic of different tutorial. I am mostly focused on how to, the idea of how to write a script. So the line you want to write to compute the anomaly is the following. So you would say CDO and then y mon sub, and then you will select one of these files, example the member one, then ymon mean, and then again the file, input file, and then finally an output file. Now the output file, I will add here an A, since this is an anomaly temperature. So okay, just briefly, this command compute. From this command you get 12 fields. Each field contains the long-term mean for each month. Then once you get this, you subtract this climatology using this other command, which is ymon sub. So okay, let's perform this, and it's done. Now also would like to select the tropics. The way we select the tropics is there are different ways. Now we use the cell lon lat box. That's a command, and the coordinate, I'm thinking about the tropics. So let's say Pacific, tropical Pacific, so 120, something like 280, which is like South America. Then let's do -10, 10, and then okay, we want to select the anomaly. So here the anomaly, and then now we change this, that's the input and that's the output. So let's put here TP, like tropical Pacific. Okay, so let's perform it. It seems that it worked. Let's look at the result of this file. Great. So we have tropical Pacific. This is kind of Indonesia, Australia, and this is South America. So now I can take some series in each of these points, and interestingly you get something like you get some kind of Nino index, right? And it's okay. This is a Nino. This is another one. Okay, we were able to do this, to perform this operation on one file. So as you can see, we have two more files: anomaly overall the domain, and anomaly over the tropical Pacific. Okay, so with that, now what we want to do is to perform the same operation over all these files. We are going to do that writing a shell script. I will open another window since I want to be able to see the name of the file we are going to work on. So, okay, my script, the script I want to write, we call it CDO underscore pp preprocessing .sh. And to edit this file, I'm using the editor VI. You can use whatever you prefer. The first line of any script is the line that tells the shell which interpreter used to execute your command. In this case, I'm going to do it using bash. So the line you want to add in most of the computer, the system is being bash. That's the location where the bash interpreter is in the file system. Okay, so now we want to perform these two operations we have just done, which is compute anomalies and then select only a specific region. We're going to do that using one single. Since we are going to perform this analysis over different files, we need to write a loop. So the way you want to write this using bash is for m, I use index n, in then you need this other command which is siq sequence 1 to 9. Okay, so for then do is CDO, and then we need to the first thing, okay, the last thing we did was select the region, so that's the first thing we are going to do now in because it is in a pipe of commands. So cell lon lat box, we said 120 280, and then let's do tropics, all tropics. So before I said the minus 10 10, okay, let's do more equator than tropics, so minus 10 to 10. Then this, we want to select this region from the anomaly file, which now we don't have, but we can compute it. So the first thing was y mon sub, then you would use the file. This would be the file number 1, but I want the file number m, let's say, and that's the way you would like to do it. And then again, y we had mon mean. We have to repeat again the file over we want to compute the mon mean, and finally the output. So the output I will just add here like this location. I will like TP, which is tropical Pacific. Okay, then done. This is probably going to work. Let's try. Save with write and quit. Okay, let's see if we have a new file. We do. Now in order to execute as a script, we need to change the permission. So we need that here we have an X. So the easiest way is probably chmod plus X CDO our file. Okay, let's see. Now it's red. It's telling me that actually I can execute it. Let's try. It seems that it's working. As you see, it worked over all this file. So we performed this operation over the first 9 members or 9 files. What if we would actually also include the number 10 of the 11 or any other number? So to do that, we need to modify the loop slightly, and I actually I already wrote it, so I will show you the version, which I will call version 2. So okay, this is a version that you will find on the web, so you can take and use as a base to write your own script. The point here is that it's a good thing to name, to create new variables like this data dir where the data are, and also the variable name. So if you change variable name, you can just change this variable var name, and you don't have to change the whole script and other things. But mostly I want you to notice that in this script, which now I can also put here, I can change and I can put 10, and I will show you the works. So now the variable m, which is a sequence from 1 to 10, it's forced to be a 2-digit string, and that's why there is this line here. So this command that you can copy with this 2 is for 2 digit. If there were 3 digits, you would do 3. So take in mind, this is like I wrote, like it's like my trig to pad 0 in case shell. Okay, so I will close this again, and now I will run it again. Let's see if it works. And it actually is working, you see, and is also computing the number 10. This concludes our tutorial, but don't forget that in the description of this tutorial there is a link to the netcdf file and the script used in this tutorial. Thank you.